guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I have a little project I want to do before it rains. I think we're going to get some more rain. We've had a lot of rain. But I have this beautiful peace lily and it's so full, but it has gotten too big for the pot. It's root bound and it needs divided up. Now I've had this peace lily for over 20 years, probably closer to 25. My daughter-in-law actually had it from her great-grandma's funeral. And I have divided this thing multiple times over the years. And I thought today I would show you how I do that. And it bounces back really quick. And I'm going to take a couple of these plants from this and plant in my daughter-in-law's pots across the street. So let's start working on this crazy thing. It's kind of a brutal job, but look how pretty and big it is. You know, you always hate to do that, but it has to because it is root bound. So we're going to remove it from the pot and kind of tip it upside down a little bit, and then just be careful not to break the branches of it. I'll get dirty doing this, but I want to show you how root bound it is. Look at these roots. So it's time that this thing got divided and repotted, and it's actually got some blooms coming out on it. So anyway, what we're going to do is I'm going to set it back up here on this step. Is you can kind of see where there are individual plants in here. So that's where I'm going to cut. I at least want 3 out of this because I'm going to keep one and I'm going to give her 2. So I have 2 knives here. We'll see which one works the best. We're going to start cutting. You're just going to cut through the roots and all. That's okay because it's going to stimulate more root growth, which is actually better for the plant. So I'm going to find a good spot where it looks like I can cut out 1/3 of it. I'm going to try to cut it into thirds is my plan. And let's do, looks like I'm wrestling an alligator, doesn't it? Well, I feel like I'm wrestling an alligator, and we're going to start cutting through here and just cut these apart. And it's not easy, it's tough, and I actually sharpened my knife before we started this. And there may end up being a stem or 2 that doesn't have a root attached when I get done, and I'll just get rid of that. But we're going to cut. These roots are so root bound. They're tough in here to be cut. Lay it over. And it looks like you would kill it by cutting these roots, but you don't. It actually is going to help the plant. This thing is crazy root bound. I have a serrated knife as well. I thought I might need that. And it is helping with the really tight roots. Okay. From the other side. And yeah, my porch is going to be full of dirt, but that's okay. Because it'll wash off, right? We just got to get this crazy plant apart before it rains. I want to get it across the street and get it planted in her pots. These won't last through a normal Midwest winter like what we have, so it will have to come back in. But I do set mine out in a fairly shady area all summer, and it really does like that. If I sound like I'm out of breath, it's because I am. This is a tough job. Divide this out. somewhere there's still some roots attached in there because I can't get it completely pulled apart. Like I said, it's kind of a brutal job, but we'll have beautiful plants in the end. Okay, here's one section that I have. And you can see where I've cut, but you can also see that there are still feeder roots on that, so it won't kill it. I will cut off the dead before I replant this. I'm going to cut the other two, and I'm going to give her the two best ones, whatever that looks like. And yeah, sometimes you get a stem or two with a leaf, and we'll just get rid of that. Okay, now I'm going to try to be fairly equal in the dividing of this, so when I put them on her front porch, because she's got two matching pots, we can the second part, once you've gotten a chunk out of it, goes a lot faster. So it gives you a place to actually work from and cut in. Okay. So I actually have a small, medium, and a large is what I ended up with. Here's one, and I have good roots on that too, so that's good. And because I don't really want her so uneven on her front porch, I might go ahead and cut this one apart as well. I may end up with myself a couple of pots of this. So, actually I put this down where you can't even see what I'm doing, didn't I? Sorry about that. But this will help the plant. And as you can see, there wasn't even much room left in that pot for dirt. It was just too much. I'm going to try to go at it from this direction. I've been out getting my beds prepared today because we're like 2 weeks out from Mother's Day, and I usually try to have everything planted by Mother's Day. And this year it's been kind of cold, so I'm a little late, and I've got to get my plants out and harden them off, and I'll do a little video on that. The ones that I've grown from seed in my basement. Okay, now I have 4. Let's try to find 2 that are comparable here for her front porch. I actually think these 2 might be the closest to being the same size, and they both look good, so we're going to do these 2. Okay, we're going to take them across the street and plant them. Are you going to come with me? Alright, let's go. Alright, so I am officially dirty here. I will have to remove some of the dirt that she has in here, and her soil that she has in here. It's not really old. I may amend it on top when I get finished and put some worm castings or something on it. I might do that, but I'm going to dig down in here and dig a hole big enough for this plant. Doesn't that turn out pretty? It's going to be beautiful up here. It won't take it long till it'll start to fill in either. Okay, we're going to dig just a little deeper. Sometimes I carry a bucket with me so I can put the soil in it while I'm digging, but I didn't today, so. And something that I hadn't showed you also that we want to do is, even though we cut these roots, it doesn't hurt to kind of pull them apart a little bit, because as they've grown around and around that pot, they tend to want to keep doing that. And we want the roots to grow out. So where I haven't cut, we can actually kind of tear those up a little bit. I'm going to do another video on when you buy a plant and you plant it, you also want to stimulate the root growth. So I'm going to kind of pull this apart at the bottom. And we're going to fit it down in there. And that's actually going to be good for it. It looks harsh, but it's not. They like it. Alright, we're going to put this. Yeah, I'm definitely going to get some more soil and bring over here and fill this in. I want it to be taller than this. So, now, this one got cut off, so we're going to clean this up, take off the dead ones. There definitely is not enough soil in this pot, so I'm going to get some, but I'll have to go do that and come back. In the meantime, though, I'm actually going to get my clippers when I go over there and my trimmers. I also bought this morning, because she likes to keep everything green, white with a little bit of purple. I actually bought some myrtle I'm going to put in here and surprise her. So I'm going to make a spot for the myrtle down here, and this will hang over the side of the pot and be real pretty once it grows. So actually I can show you with this one, because it is root bound in its pot as well. Now if I was to just stick this in the ground, these roots are going to stick to each other and they're just going to keep growing around and around in a circle for a long time. And we want this to spread and take in. So I'm going to gently take my fingers and just pull those roots apart a little bit. And what it's going to do is stimulate roots to grow where that's broken, and it'll have more roots growing out. So we're going to stick this down in the front of the pot like that. And I'm going to go get my trimmers to trim these. And I'm going to go get some dirt and I'll be right back. Okay, what I did was I went actually and got some compost that we had made from my house across the street. And I don't have to cut these little dead things off, but I want it to be pretty when she comes home. So I don't really want a bunch of dead stuff on it. And these are from leaves that have died off from like last year. And as they die off, I pull them off, but it left the little stem. So I'm just going to trim those all off and make it aesthetically pleasing. I saw that she had left the house, so I wanted to have these planted when she got back. And like I said, these were from her great-grandmother's funeral, and I've had it for a long, long time, and I've given away so many of them. So, okay, that looks so much better, don't you think? I want to be sure this guy's centered, so. Alright, let's add some good soil. Look how black this soil is. I noticed the other had some clay in it. It was kind of red. And I wanted this to have some good soil in it so it'll grow fast and fill in. Oops, cover the flower and the myrtle. We used to stay at a farmhouse. It was my great-great-grandmother's when I was a kid, and the whole yard was covered in myrtle. It's really pretty. It's a great ground cover, and I actually got one for over beside my house because it'll be a great thing. I don't want to always have to mulch all the time, so I thought, well, I will use some myrtle and put over there as a nice ground cover, and then eventually I won't have to mulch so much. So, okay, now we've got this little guy all planted and in here. How cute is that? And hopefully it'll get some blooms coming out on it. And you know what I do sometimes when it doesn't have, if I plant it like this and it doesn't have blooms coming out yet, you can buy some from the craft stores that look very real, and you can just stick them in here. And honestly, people don't know. It looks like the real thing. It's just the bloom on a stem. So anyway, you might want to try that. But okay, so we planted one. I'm going to go plant the other. But I just wanted to show you how to divide. Now, there's other things you can divide like this. I have bromeliads that I have had, I don't know, 15 years now. And I just divide it up, give half, you know, half or more away. Last time I divided mine, I gave away 2 plants and kept one. And now it's all filled out this summer and it looks beautiful. And it'll usually bloom in the summer. So anyway, this is how you do it. So I'm going to go plant the other one and try to get them done before it rains. Thanks for joining me. Like, subscribe, and share. And I'll put a link to my garden club down below. So I hope to see you over there. Thanks.